guys, this is Jen DeLeon, and today I'm so excited to talk to KingLilG. How are you
What up?
doing today?
I'm really excited to be here with you. I'm a little bit high, but I'm excited as well.
Before we get into the interview, we need to talk about how you had to choose between being high or being hot, and you chose being high. We were talking about being a functional and dysfunctional pothead.
Yeah.
So you're functional, but I want to come up with a word because I know you're all about English and Spanish. So let's come up with a word that describes functional and productive even though you're high, and let's use that.
You know what? I usually use the word active.
Active?
I like
Okay.
to be like, look, man,
What's
I'm
active in Spanish?
Activo.
Oh, activo?
Yup.
Oh, is it so activo pothead?
Yup.
Activo.
Yup,
So you're
activo.
active, and then what's what's non-active?
Non-active?
Non-activo? No.
Man, you know what? That's a trick question for me. I don't know. I can't really think about it.
Let's make it up.
My grandmother would have just said huevón.
What is that?
It means lazy.
Wait, one?
Down.
I like this.
Non-functional.
Wait, one? Like that.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you for joining. I'm excited that we were able to knock that out. There's so many things I want to talk to you about.
Yeah, let's talk.
So, one, I love that you're all about self-empowerment, positivity, motivation, and creating your own lane. So I want to touch on all those buckets, but I first want to talk about your fan base.
Okay.
You have such a dedicated and loyal fan base, which with social media now, it's like everyone will buy their followers or fake what they have, but yours is actually like genuine. So let's talk about how did you build such a loyal fan base?
It took a lot of work. I had to go to many cities. I had to do a lot of things like, you know, tell people that I was gonna pull up to a parking lot, sell some merch, freestyle.
Okay.
I was doing everything, whatever I could, but I got to touch individuals, you know, one by one.
Yep.
And I feel like that kind of helped me. It gave me a genuine fan base, which I'm very, very thankful for because like you said, it's very difficult to build all this.
Yeah,
But it took
really
many
is.
years. It took many, many years.
I like that you said going to parking lots to sell merch. What else were those little things that other artists might not even want to do it because they're, what did you say your grandma said lazy is? Because
Huevón.
they're huevón?
Yeah.
Like, so what is another thing? I like that. You said just going to a parking lot to sell merch.
Yeah, I did a lot of that. And I would go to a lot of other shows. If I would see another artist, whether he was coming up, famous, whatever, it didn't matter.
Love that.
I would go and I would show support. I would show love. I would, you know, go in there, love to meet everyone, especially the upcoming artists, you know. I would love to just get ideas from them, see what they would be up to, how they would think that the game was supposed to be. And I would give really good advice. I'm very lucky that I got good advice from everyone.
What's some of that advice that you've received? Or also, I feel like because you're so positive, just, you know, even in your music and how you carry yourself, do you have like well, one, I would want to know a crazy fan story because pulling up at a park, like, I don't know, it's just people are weird and like scary, like when you go out public. So I'd want to hear a crazy fan story and also a fan that maybe touched you or maybe you gave them advice or that they gave you that you really were like, oh, like this is it.
So which one do you want to hear first? Because that was like 3.
Crazy
Crazy
story.
I've had crazy fans wanting to jump on my tour bus and not leave, get out.
How do you get them out?
They know I like to smoke, so they'll bring a lot of blunts. And before I know it, 1 blunt will turn into 5.
Damn, okay.
And yeah, so I've had people like that that'll try to come on the bus, try to come backstage and not want to leave.
How do you get them to leave?
How do we get them to leave? We tell them we got blunts outside. We be like, hey, we're gonna go smoke outside, guys. Everybody comes. So.
And there's no blunts, or there are blunts sometimes?
Yeah, there's blunts.
Okay.
There's always a blunt.
That's a good way to get someone out of where you don't want them to be.
Yeah.
It's a great one. Okay, and then what about a motivational one? Is there a fan who's come up to you and told you how you inspired them?
Oh yeah, I get motivated by like the young kids. They'll tell me like, hey, you know, I love the way you rap about the relationship with your mother. You know, I got the same connection with my mother, and they'll say, I really love that. I want you to know that. You know, I was at a point where I was suicidal, but just listening to your music, you know, it kind of helped me through. Stuff like that, I'll be like, what? I was able to impact this person like that? I would have never thought. Because I do come from a very negative background. I'm not gonna lie. I do come from a very negative street background, and I was able to change things around by people changing me. Like the world changed me.
Okay.
I feel. It helped me in a positive way.
But I love that you were able to even still find the positive in it, and then also also be vulnerable enough to even share that with the world. A lot of people don't like being vulnerable because it's like, you don't want people to know that about you. But that's what I respect so much about you as well.
Thank you.
The other thing I wanted to touch on was, okay, so we talked about how you've built this fan base. I love that when you were first starting off with music, you were trying to get the attention of the labels. And I think that that's all artists. It's always, I need to sign to a label, I need this, but now it's like they have nothing to offer you because you're doing everything on your own. What are some of the pros of being independent that maybe people don't realize, like that really is a pro if you're not with a label?
Well, you know, every rapper says they're a boss, but you can't be a boss if you don't own the music. Which 90% of the time people don't own the music. And I thought it was very unfortunate for me because I wanted to get signed so bad in the beginning, like you said, you know, I wanted to get signed so bad. Time just went by. My videos, they aged very well.
They did.
They aged very well, so that was able to, later on, you know, it was later on able to give me a big advantage, which is I own all the music for many, many years of work. And I would say that the upside about that is you are gonna have random people hitting you up about a soundtrack someday. You know, this is to all the artists out there. You might make a song that's really old and somebody will come up and say, hey man, I want that song. It happened to me. And then they wanna pay you $15,000 per second. Exactly, but if you own the music, if you don't own the music,
you don't get that 15,000.
You don't even get an email.
That's not funny, but that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
You don't.
So fucked up.
You don't even.
Really, you said 15,000. I'm like, wait, I don't get that though, and it's your work, so that's so.
But that's what happens when you sign. So I would say that's the upside. That was my experience.
I love that, and then. No, that's crazy. And then just even being independent outside of music, even with your merch. So AK-47 Boys, Sucios, we'll talk about all that. But your merch, what I love is you drop it every quarter. What made you want to drop every quarter rather than every week or once a month?
I look at it like the release of merchandise to me is just like music.
Okay.
I feel like as quarters change, you know, the music period changes as well. And I feel like the clothing should change with it. That's just how I looked at it. And it's worked for me for, you know, I would say for more than 10 years already. So I'm gonna just stick with it. I'm not gonna change that formula. My fans enjoy it, I enjoy it, you know?
No, and I like that it's always something different. It's not just a plain shirt. There's a crop top, there's a jersey, like there's so many new things. So it's like, where do you find that inspiration with the merch? I know you said you treat it like music. Is it like you see something, you're like, I wanna do that? Can you give us a sneak peek of what merch is coming up next into the next quarter?
You know, the way look, I wake up, I get high, and I'm like, I got an idea for a shirt.
Okay.
I'll draw it out, send it to my digital guy, he'll turn it into a t-shirt, and then I'll say, I love this. This need to come out tomorrow, like, or next week, or whatever. And that's how it happens.
Was there ever a merch idea where you were really high, you're like, this is gonna be great, but then when you were not high anymore, you were like, wait, that was not a good idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The shirt didn't come out, so you're not gonna know what shirt it was.
I want it.
But the shirt looked crazy. Like, all right, look, I'll give you a few details. So you remember when people started bleaching t-shirts, right?
Yep.
Well, I got a brown one. Well, I didn't get it, but they sent me a sample of it.
Okay.
And it didn't look cool. Like, there's other bleached t-shirts that are great, but mine looked like a homeless t-shirt.
Okay.
Like, it was not gonna be appealing to anybody, so. And I was really high, and I said, oh, this is it. This is gonna hit. Kanye West is gonna wanna wear this. I was wrong.
And then you saw it.
Yeah.
Well, you should still revisit that idea, but maybe not where it looks like a homeless.
No, it looked crazy. It's not coming out.
That's exciting. And then also, okay, let's talk about Sucios. Did I say that right? I said that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about freedom and not being afraid to accomplish things and do things. So I want to know, what's something that you were afraid of before, and how did you get past that fear?
I was afraid of my baby mama's going crazy, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is like, you know, sometimes when you break relationships with people, they're very spiteful. You know, they want to remove the children, but I'm very lucky. All my baby mamas, you know, they allowed me to be around all my kids, and that was a big fear of mine. I'm serious. I was like, oh man.
Do you have advice for people on how to maintain a great relationship with their baby mamas or their baby? Because yeah, you're right.
Don't flirt with girls on Instagram. That's how you do it. Straight up. Don't like nobody's picture.
That's baby mama, baby daddy or not.
Yeah. Don't like nobody's picture. I'm not playing.
At least they got rid of that activity. Remember that activity?
Oh man, that shit was a problem.
I feel like.
Ooh, boy.
I feel like Instagram. Like, do you think that they got enough complaints or something?
I think they have women working over there. That's what it is.
But they took it away though, so I feel like that saved you guys, right? Because
yeah,
I feel like that was in our favor. So maybe it's more guys, or maybe someone at Instagram was like, the women are going crazy.
Who do you think created the screenshot? A man or a woman?
I'm gonna say a woman.
I don't know who.
Think?
I don't know who. I'm thinking it's a woman too.
I think it is. Have you ever had it where you accidentally sent the screenshot to the person that you were talking
about? Being high as fuck. That's what I get.
See, that's what I said. I am not productive, or I'm not active at all. So it's like if I'm high, no phone, no people, no nothing. I'm like, I'm gonna stay in my bubble and not cause any problems.
Yeah, not cause no problems, huh?
Was there any other fear outside of baby mamas being, not having a good relationship?
I would say other fears that I overcame was to just try to be accepted by people. Mm-hmm. Like I was trying so hard to be a part of hip hop, but be a part of a certain community of hip hop.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about hip hop is like this shit is like the Olympics. There's a lane for everybody.
Yep.
Like you don't have to be a part of nobody else's, lane. Like you could be your own. You could create it.
Was there a person or an artist or a significant moment that made you realize that you don't have to fit in with how you were trying to before?
Yeah, when I seen movements like Tyler the Creators or Hobson.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, when I started seeing them, I said, oh, what? Yeah. They got their own, like they're not your average club music type of artist.
Yeah.
I said, and look, they're able to make, I said, I need to try to do that.
If you were to describe yourself as an artist, how would that be, and why? Why are you different from everybody else in the hip hop community in the Olympics?
I feel like there's not much of a difference, to be honest with you, because like I said, hip hop is like a sport. Mm-hmm. It's like boxing, you know?
Yep.
We just all come with a different type of fighting style or whatever. But I just feel like my style just identifies more with my people. Mm-hmm. Like I don't try to make my music so it could identify to someone else's people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Although I do like trap music, but I'm hoping that the Mexican trappers could be like, oh yeah, I know what he's talking about.
No, I love it because it is different. You don't hear that from everybody, and that's why it's very clear that you're not afraid to be yourself or be accepted.
I like to do my own shit. Yeah.
Do your own thing.
Yeah.
And do that. So another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, so you had Gangsta movies coming out July 30th.
Yeah.
90s Kid Volume 2 was last year, pre-pandemic, early 2020. How have you grown as an artist and a person from 90s Kid Volume 2 and then Gangsta movie coming out in a few days?
You know what? I've been able to grow a whole lot by just not being so hard on myself. When it comes to like criticizing my own music, just being worried about too many, like for instance, I wasn't able to not be on Instagram in the past. Like before the pandemic, I had to be on Instagram all the time, checking my phone, posting, doing all that. But pandemic kind of made me relax, made me chill, made me be like, you know what? I need to spend my time with my people, my family, my loved ones, and not be so worried or so controlled by social media. I know that happens to a lot of people.
I think that's everybody, whether they want to
Facts.
admit it or not.
Facts.
It's like it's all about likes.
And we're connected
followers.
to that phone somehow. I don't know.
And that's what's sad too, because social media has made it so fucked up where you have to be active on the app to even be seen, and then Instagram knows by even taking out the engagement that you guys they know that that's what it all came down to, which is sad. Speaking of things that have changed and have been said, I feel like 90s kid. I wanted to talk about that because I'm a 90s kid also, and then looking at the generation now, what do you think that this generation is missing from the 90s era, whether it's different TV shows, the style of music, any
I feel like this generation is missing a lot of cartoons. I feel like the cartoons we had back then was dope.
What were your favorite cartoons back then?
Woody Woodpecker, Dennis the Menace.
Did you like Hey Arnold? I was Hey Arnold.
I like I like Looney Tunes, Animaniacs.
Yep.
Remember those?
Animaniacs.
Yeah, those were, oh man, they were the best.
I think, yeah.
And let me see what else. I think that's about it.
Yeah, anything that was on like Nickelodeon, I loved. And it's sad. It's like watching the world change now. I'm like, damn, it's really just all changing, and I feel like not in a fun way. I'm like, we're just consumed by phones and internet and.
Plus, I also feel like movies are missing too. I feel like the type of kid movies we had back in the day, like they keep remaking all the stuff they already made. Like,
do you think? What do you feel about remakes? Because I feel like you shouldn't remake. Like, there's like really classics where I'm like, damn, you shouldn't have remade that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I wonder if like the person that's remaking it is the actual person who made the first one or a big ass fan. Like, who is it?
Either way, they shouldn't do it.
Yeah, like just like they want to remake Scarface.
Oh yeah, no, they shouldn't.
I'm mad about that. I'm like, why?
They remade something recently. I forgot what came out, and I was like, oh, okay. So were you a Scream fan?
Yeah, first one.
Okay, so
then it got crazy.
You know that they're doing new Scream, but they're gonna call it Scream, but it's not a remake. It's a reboot, and so now I'm disappointed because I thought they were just gonna bring back the original cast, so now they're like, no, it's a reboot of that. But I'm like, how are you gonna do that? Like, is the killer gonna be through like social media? Like, it's not gonna be the same or like the same effect.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Like, why do people want to go watch the same stuff they already saw too? Like, I don't get that.
I have no idea. Everything just changed. The last question I wanted to ask, well, there's two more. What are your next goals as a person and as an artist?
As a person, I want to do some type of, I want to open up a music school in Mexico City.
Okay.
Because that's where my family's from. And I don't know, I just think it'll be really cool to take a United States element out there and have producers from here go and engineer for people and, you know, just take the element from Los Angeles over there. I feel like it'll be really cool.
Do you know what you would call the school?
KingLilG. I don't know. KingLilG school.
KingLilG school.
Yeah.
That'd be an amazing school. And then what about as an artist? What's your next goal?
I wanna do a world tour, and I also, it's because I'm working on some stuff, but I can't talk about it, because it's like I don't want to talk about things I'm gonna bring out, like.
So we'll just see what.
But it's coming, guys. It's coming. We're just gonna leave it like that. It's gonna be real dope.
My last question, your birthday is in a few days, so
oh, yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
What are you wishing for this year for your birthday?
A lot more weed. I want to be able to see all my friends at my birthday party.
Okay.
Because I'm really busy, I don't get to hang out with everybody all the time, but
yeah.
I hope they can all come so we could catch up, so they could all still know that I got a lot of love for them, that I miss them, you know? And strip club, I hope we go to the strip club.
Okay.
I hope somebody says, hey G, we should take you to the strip club. So
that's what you want for your birthday. What are you? What zodiac sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
Leo. Oh, okay, I wasn't sure which one. Are you true to the Leo zodiac?
Nah, I don't listen to none of that stuff.
None of that stuff. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Like.
You're your own.
Sometimes it says things I'm not even feeling. It says like, oh, you feel heartbroken. I'm like, I am? I'm like, I don't feel like that. I'm serious. Right. Oh, you feel you're tense because of, I'm like, I'm happy as a motherfucker. I'm high.
Okay, so no zodiac.
Nah, I don't listen to that.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on everything. I'm excited for Gangsta movie, July 30th. And thank you so much.
Thank you.